Hi and welcome to my video. I am Sandy of Lollyandsand and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Ontario, Canada. Today we're going to make a really simple card. Now I say simple, but it still has about 10 pieces in it. It was a card that I did at our team reunion, which was held last Saturday. This is, what's the date today, Sandy? I don't even know. June 27th, 2024, so it was last weekend. And I really liked the card because we had X amount of time for all the people at the table to make their card, and then they moved off to the next station. So I chose this one, and this, everyone worked from a bundle, well actually a suite, and I chose this one. So it's Country Flowers, the Country Flower Bundle, and there's a few reasons why I really liked it. And it has to do with the dies too. I love the sentiments. Best friend ever, with heartfelt sympathy, flower market, sending love, and so lucky to know you. I have used those so many times. The other thing is because you get flowers, greenery, flowers, teapot, jug, and a step stool. But wait, there's more. Okay, so here's the dies. We'll show you what coordinates. Will this all fit? I do think. Pardon the glare. This will cut out this piece. This cuts out this piece. This cuts out this piece. Then you have all these extra pieces. Do they all show? Where's my hand? Yep. Okay, so you have these flowers. Now I cut, and I'll show you the flowers. I cut these flowers out of the, it's patterned paper. The Country Woods patterned paper. And you may notice that it's got some rustic look to it, is because it's a wood grain paper. But here's the cool part. I think I cut 300 of them, but I just used these dies, and it was like just kept going through, and it was really quick. So I thought that was really a bonus. I love this piece because it can be whatever color you want it to be. Now my greenery happens to be white for this card. But check this out. Here's an extra piece that isn't on the stamp set at all, which is cool, because you can put any of these flowers in there. I'll show you. It'll look like that. And this would be on top, of course. Like that, or like that. They all fit. There's lots of things you can do. Here's the teapot. And I have, how many samples? 4 samples cards to show you where I've used all 3 of these pieces. Well, let me think. Now that I say that, yeah, I did use all 3 of the pieces, and I colored them. If you don't feel like coloring, then you can simply cut the pieces out. So there, this cuts this cuts this, this cuts this, stamped, but you can still do them on their own. Now, the other thing I want to tell you about really quickly is that until June 30th, it is a bundle sale. And the bundle sale means bundles are always 10% off when you're buying the dies and the stamp set together. That's fantastic, but now you get an extra 20% off. You want to think about that for sure. All right, so this is my grid paper. Grid paper is good for a few things. 1, lining things up, and 2, protecting your work surface. And you can use it over and over, flip it over, use it again, and it's got metric and inches. Now I'm putting, this is the Stampin' Pierce mat. You may notice some piercing marks. That's because I have pierced on there. Now, what you want to make sure, because we're going to stamp now, is that you know where this is so you don't accidentally stamp on the edge. Here we go. Smoky Slate, 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. Basic gray ink. Interesting. I did try it with a lighter color. I tried it with Smoky Slate, but it just didn't have the same oomph, and you'll see why. I think, I know what I can do. Yeah, I want to have room so you can see everything, so I'll turn this on its side, check to see where we are again. All right, I can put that there. All right, which should be on my right side since I'm inked my finger, because I'm right-handed except with scissors and throwing a baseball. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to stamp the outside. This should actually be closed because I don't want to get any ink back there. I have this under here because this is photopolymer, and photopolymer stamps don't have like what the rubber has where it's got that little foamy bit in between. This helps these stamp. Now, I've stamped this way, and now I'm going to turn it. Remember, when you're stamping, hold it down, and also when you're inking, ink the entire piece. Even though you're stamping off the edge, do the whole thing. And that is because if you only ink half and you're over here and you didn't get all the ink, then you're going to get something that you're not going to like. I'm just going to fill in this little corner bit here. See how easy it is? Like, seriously. All right, turn her right upside down. Oh, I almost dropped it. This is a really nice way of adding the look of texture to your cards, which I think is always important. You know, if you've watched any of my other videos, and there's a lot, I talk about texture a lot. I don't want just plain flat cards. So even if a card was flat, I would still find a way to doll it up and get some texture on it. So I'm stamping them close, but trying really hard to not go over the other piece. So I'm going to do this one last and then fill in the corner. Well, second last, I guess that would be. All right, here we go. It was so fun meeting in person with the ladies. I mean, I've seen most of them in person, but that was a long time ago. That was pre-COVID. So it was so nice to actually get to talk to people in person. It was fabulous. I really, really enjoyed it. Okay, that's the inking of the outside. And you can see, I don't know if I still have that sample. I'll show you if I can find it. I'll show you at the end. All right, while we're still inked up, this is our next piece. And clearly it is basic white. I almost called it whisper white because I do that a lot. All right, because that's what it used to be called. All right, whoops. Alrighty, I put this on the stamp crooked because it doesn't completely fit. I'm going to do a tester. Beautiful. I love when they have really, I don't know if you can see it up, but I'll show you. I have to bring this closer because my eyes don't see that far right now. Okay, here we go. I want it up, whoops. I'm using my grid paper, by the way, to try and keep the paper straight. So I'll do it over here since I found a sideline. Not right over it, so is that straight? Oh, do you see what I just did? Good Lord, Sandy. We're going to be covering that up. Where there's a will, there's a way, right? Okay, so that's all we need that for now. Now bring this back in, and we're going to do a little gluing, and then we will do more assembly. I don't know if you can see the pattern on this. This one is called Dashing Design, so it's got dots and dashes. I call it, it looks like paper towel to me. Patterns you would see on a paper towel. It's really pretty. Now, if you think, oh, paper towel, yuck, I don't want that. Don't. Just getting the goober off the end of the glue. Oh, there we go. This is a full one, so I have to be careful. Now, this piece is 3/4 of an inch. That's more glue than I usually use, but it's very bumpy. So there. That's why I'm doing that. Okay, line it up with the grid paper again. And a little bit south of center. Now, if you did what I did and you blotched a piece, like let's say you didn't stamp one properly of these guys, put the piece over top if you can. All right, so 3/4 of an inch by 4 1/4, same width as the card. All right, so I now have pool party. I don't have the measurements with me, so I'll put them in the comments. I had them when I was sending out the tutorial amounts. I've had a lot of fun with this set, and I haven't even, I'm trying to think of the expression. It's just the tip of the, whatever it is. Oh my gosh, words, Sandy, words. Tip of the iceberg. Wow. That was a hard word, wasn't it? No. Okay, this is the largest, here, look at the pretty side. I actually have more of these. Do I want to stamp it again? Let me see if I can cover it. It's going to end up being, no, I think I can cover it. Okay. All right. So this is the largest of the rectangles that you'll find in the Everyday Details dies. And this is that jug I was talking about. See the difference? All I did, these are a little bit smaller than their actual size. And all I did was die cut it. And this is basic gray. And if you see, can you see the texture? I hope. This is one of my favorite new embossing folders. You know I love embossing. It's called So Swirly, and I figure that it's going to be good for summer and winter. Because to me, they look like waves when you see the whole folder, but they also look like they could be snow swirling around. All right, this goes on this side. So I'm going to pop this up. Going to pop it up, not gonna. Gonna. Ugh. Words, Sunday. Anyway, what a gorgeous day we're having. The heat wave is gone for the day. And it's about my favorite 18 to 20 degrees. Gorgeous breeze. That makes me happy. And now I'm going to hold this up because I have to get this down low because of the greenery I'm using. So I'll still be able to cover that. And if it's off center, do not worry about it at all. There. So pop that up on dimensionals. That's what we need. And by greenery, I don't mean green. Here's those little flowers. Okay, so what we're going to do with this one, I looked at this part here and went, this would look really cool like that. So I glued this part, scissors Sandy, and I popped these guys up on dimensionals. So just above this piece here. And you know what? I'm going to do this way so you can see better. I don't know about you. You can let me know in the comments if your eyes are like mine. White on white is really hard to see the definition. So let's go with that. Alrighty, dimensionals. Do cut them. So let's go over that again so I don't forget what I was doing. The dimensionals are going on these pieces. Not even all of them. So we should be able to. Let's see if I can cut. I don't really want to cut the actual large dimensionals, so I'll move it over. This is where these edge pieces come in really handy. Oh, there's one right now. So we'll put it on that piece. All right, and keep going. I don't like to cut these in advance because you know I'll misplace them. They'll hide with the rest of the dimensionals, especially the backing. Now, if you are new to me, please say hello. And if you've been with me for a while, please say hello. Say, hey, I'm watching, because I have not done a video for a while. Between being sick in the winter, we're not talking about that, and having COVID, we're not talking about that. Gosh, I just haven't done them. I wanted to be like, oh, how many percent is that going to cover? Yeah, we're good. I want to be 100%. That piece is wrecked. I want to be 100% sure that I was 100% better. There. So yeah, do say hi. And if you're not shy, you can say, hey, I'm from, make up a place. I'm from Manitoba. Or you can say, I'm from Sacramento. I'll just make them up, don't I? It's a little fiddly, but it's worth it to pop it up because it's going to hang off the edge a bit. And the other one that I had has already moved. All right. They're on the move. Apparently my grandson wants me to come upstairs, according to the message from my daughter just now. He, I don't know what he wants to show me, but Mommy made homemade banana chocolate chip muffins. So it kind of got my attention. All right, I'm not going to push this down. I'm just going to double check. Yeah, we're good. So I'm putting glue over here. You don't have to glue these, by the way. You could leave them. But just if I can get a tiny dot, I'm going to do it off to the side. Another good thing for your grid paper. So what I didn't do, I left it sitting like this. Gravity took over, and I didn't put the lid on. Thus, I got a little glue sticky stucky thing at the end. Oh my goodness. And it's brand new. That would be, there we go. Okay, it's a different one. I always have, gosh, I have 4 beside me. Just in case when you're doing a video, you want to have everything handy. Oh, it is good to be back, and I just stood it up again. Okay, all right, let's get back to the card, Sandy. I digress. Now, you see what I mean about having your sentiment up high? You could fit a little bit more on that. You could, alternatively, put this down and cover the dots. But I really love the dots. Another texture addition to your cards. Okay, I was trying to get the glue off my fingers, off to the side. Alrighty. Now, I do not want to get glue on this. This is the silicone mat. I don't want to get glue on my piercing mat. So this is the back of the paper. See what I mean about it being wood grain? It is beautiful paper. So look up Country Woods. So pretty. Alrighty. Okay, so this glue was doing its thing. I want you to notice a couple things. If you don't like to see behind here in these little spots, kind of think about that's where you're going to put these. So I have to do that actually and just see. I don't actually like seeing the top of the jug here, so I can probably, can I? Maybe I can put little guys there. There, and over here. I like having 3 different sizes. I think that was really thoughtful of Stampin' Up. All right, that's how it's going to look. How much of that's going to stick? I do not know. Oh, gasp. I really need to get myself a pair of tweezers to hold on to these better, pick them up and such. I'm going to do the edges because this is definitely a hole, and the glue will not do anything good there. Won't do any good there, I should say. Come on, get on there. We are almost done. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? I forgot to cut an insert for the inside of the card. Can do that lickety split, no worries. Okay, now let's put this on the card. I am not going to pop it up because it's already been popped up once. If you know 100% you're handing that card to the person, pop away. Nothing like dimension in your card to just give the card such life. Get to the corner. The important part was the corners. Don't go near the dots though, okay? I can just pull that glue down actually. Oh, good gracious. Okay, good. If you find that something isn't sticking to the card the way you want it, I just have to make sure this is straight because the pool party piece goes on wonky. This piece goes on straight. Okay, so if for whatever reason you're like, I can't get that straight, you make yourself a little puddle of glue. You grab your, can you see that? Yes. Take your pick tool, go underneath, put a little bit right there. Dry this, of course, right away, and it'll stick down. So that's why in videos I'm not worried that I don't get every little piece down, because that would be a lot. All right. Do I have an insert? Maybe I do. Oh, I think I do. It's too big, so let's cut her down. Alrighty. Well, now you get to see another tool. I didn't like cutting paper until I got the Stampin' Up! Trimmer. I had their original one, but they came up with this one a few years ago, and I really like it. And don't do what I do. You see how I'm teetering on top of this here? Don't do that. I've just been cutting for so many years that I don't really even think about it. All right, so we're going to come back to this. I would have done this at first had I remembered, but I didn't. So now we're back underneath with the Pearson mat and this and this. Now I don't do the insides of my cards because the store owner where I sell them does not want anything on the inside of the cards, so I'm like fine with that. Still off the page. If you were to stamp it like the whole thing, pretend that's not right on the card, it doesn't give it that flowing movement. Like this looks like it's just coming off the page. That's what I'm looking for. And I want to keep it simple. The front of the card's simple. We don't want to make the back of the card all busy. Let's see if we can get the glue going. If you have, of course we can, too much. If you have Stampin' Seal or Seal Plus, you can use that too. I'm a glue person because I need the time to have everything settle down on the page. And I need my wiggle room. That's what I'm trying to say. Gosh. You can tell I do not rehearse. I think rehearsing would make this so fake. I did put too much glue when I started, and it's right there. So I tend to use my fingernails. You take your pick tool would use. You could probably use your scissors too, very carefully. I don't like glue on my scissors, so not my favorite thing to do. I'm gonna finish this card for you. All right, we have to embellish a little bit. So here's a bow. It's made with linen thread, and I made extra bows for the event. What you will need is your glue dots. Is this an old one or a new one? Oh, it's a new one. There's a glue dot right there. Okay, so what I do, you can see how tiny the knot is. So what I'm gonna do is grab the glue dot with my take your pick tool and roll it. Now it's really hard to see, but it is there. And it's very sticky, so don't be surprised if my fingers get stuck to it. And it will. Now for the bow placement, I feel like this spot could use a bow. So put that right there. If you do not like the tails this long, then cut them. But when you're making, I don't know how many I made. I made over 30 because you never know. All right, now I tried different. I really tried other embellishments, and I always go back to what? Rhinestone basic jewels, because they go with everything. And I think because of these delicate little flowers, I'm going to keep everything. I'm going to use all small. Again, with my take your pick tool. Pick them up. Now there's a palette knife on the other side. I just like this pointy piece the best. Maybe we'll go here. Nope, we'll go here. I do tend to like to see two, get off there, two of these guys together. There, that is your card for today. How easy was that? And seriously, I was watching another Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, Jay Sereno from Mitosu Crafts. I was watching his video, and that's when I cut all these out. See what I mean about it being lighter? I did this on the virtual team event, and then I did the darker. I used gray granite, which has a little bit of brown in it, and not my fave. So I went back to this for the live. All right, let's show you some samples, shall we? Put a couple tools away. Alrighty, first tool. Oh, I have embossing folders right up on my computer screen. I don't know, I can't remember what it's called. Oh wait, dotted circles. I love this, especially like that. There's the With Heartfelt Sympathy. This is from, let me think of the name of it. Oh, gasp. Spotlight on Nature. I'm not sure if they're back in stock, but that is a wonderful bundle. Very simple coloring. Petunia Pop, Daffodil Delight, Lost Lagoon maybe, and a gray with a gray. And I stamped the color so I didn't have to do much there. I mean, I stamped it and then filled in what I wanted to fill in color. That's that. Did you want a play-by-play on every card? This is the Swirly in large. And I can't remember the name of the paper and why it has that darkness on there. Completely different. I'm sorry, I don't know if this is still available. This was the Spotlight technique. Okay, I don't think I did a video on it, but there are loads of them, and I probably even have one. Now, this embossing folder is absolutely precious. And is that it? Yeah, Eyelet 3D. And that is from the set as well. Same, you notice I use the same colors. You know why? Because I thought they looked pretty. And then the teapot I just did in gray and then just darkened areas of it. I really like that card, but this one's my favorite. Especially how I did the, is it like an old milk jug maybe style? That's Pool Party with one of the grays. I don't remember. I made these when it first came out because we needed samples to go to the event. I love this. Couple extra flowers. There you go. Alrighty, my friends, guess what? We are at the end of the video. There. Well, except that one you can't really see. I have taken pictures of all the cards. I will be posting them on my lollyandsand Instagram. If you're thinking, I don't have a demo and I want a bundle before the extra 10% is gone, you can contact me. You can leave me a message here. I may not see it right away. I do take care of my grandson many days a week. Or you can just message me through Instagram. That's another way of getting hold of me. But there. Thank you so much for watching. I really missed you a lot. I miss doing videos. I forgot how much I like doing them. So, order from me if you wish. I do have a host code for June. And we'll see you again soon. Okay? Bye-bye.